Hey friends, it's Carol, Saltbox Stitcher. I am back. It's been about 3 weeks since my last video, and I have been doing some stitching, and I will show you some of the things that I've been working on. So I'll be right back. So it's just been a busy last couple weeks, and we had a sleepover with my we didn't have a sleepover with my grandson. My grandson had a sleepover with us, and some days I haven't been feeling great. So just in general, I just hadn't done a video yet, but I'm back today. So I have had a new start, 2 new starts, and 3 fully finishes, and then progress. So I thought I would show you all of that stitchy goodness. So let's get started. So I think first I will show you some of the things I've had progress on, and then from there I will show you my new start, my 3 fully finishes. Well, I actually had 2 new starts. I'm just going to show you because I'm not keeping track of it very good. So, and then I'll talk a little bit about some of the things I have back here on display. And then I'll talk about plans and also a few things I got in the mail. So anyway, so for those of you who followed my progress on Elizabeth Cheatham, also known as the Jello sampler, I did get quite a bit of progress on it. It's by the Scarlet Letter, Elizabeth Cheatham. I love this piece. I can't wait till it's finished. So the progress I made, and I'm stitching this on 40 count Prairie Grass by Seraphim with the called for Aversois silks. And this is where I am on this one. So I completely finished the very bottom band with all of the flowers, trees, and then I filled in the flowers on the bottom border. And I am currently working on the Jello part on this side. So as soon as I finish this, I will have the inner sawtooth border to finish, which goes all the way around. There's a little bit of it here where I started, so that goes all the way around the entire sampler, and then I'll be done. And yes, I know I need to have it framed. Some of the colors are kind of strong, yellows and golds and like these. But I've really enjoyed this. This has been a fun one. There hasn't been any over 1, so that's kind of nice. And I'm going to work on that till it's finished. The next thing I have been working on and making progress is His Eyes on the Sparrow by Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist. And I'm working in the bottom section. And so I have the entire top part finished except for filling in the cartouche with the date. So I'm working on this side on the bottom. Let me fold it in half. So I got the outline of the tree. I got Adam and Eve. I have those Bailey's here. Can you tell? I need to take that away from her so it's not interrupting. I'll be right back. She loves to squeak. We have her for a few days. So anyway, my son's out of town. Anyway, I got that big bird finished, and that's where I am. So I still have quite a bit of that side to do. But I did finish Eve as well. Stitching this on a piece of 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus with the called for overdyed cottons. And this piece of Heartland is very golden, because I have another piece that I have set aside to do Consider the Lilies, which is the companion large one as well. And it's not near as golden. The light tones of this are similar to the dark tones of the other piece I have. So anyway, I don't know if you can tell from there, but it is kind of golden. I like it, so it's a good thing. The next thing I've been working on is the Village of Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. I want to do this one. I want to do shores. I want to do autumn. I want to do houses. There's so many wonderful in this Hawk Run Hollow series. So many wonderful designs. So I am working on block 4, which is the, I guess I should have showed you while I had the picture up, which is this, and it says Opal's Boarding House. And somebody mentioned that I hadn't finished the willow tree leaves. I know. I mentioned at some point that those gave me a headache, so I kind of put that block in timeout, and I'll come back to it before it's finished. So yes, I know that the willow tree is not finished next to the church. There's also birds on top of the willow tree. There's some words. So I'm aware of that. And this is where I am on Opal's Boarding House. I'm working on the house. And then that sign is over here, and there's a fence with some dogs and a tree. So I still have quite a bit to do on it, but it's been fun. I really enjoy. And when I very first started this, I stitched in all the blocks, the outlines of the blocks, which makes it really easy. And I technically could jump all over the place if I wanted to. If I could still jump. I don't think I can still jump. I don't think I'd get off the ground. And that one I am stitching with NPI Silks. And I want to stitch all of the Hawk Run Hollows with gluten-free, with the NPI Silks. I don't know where that came from. The other thing I have been working on is the Beast, as Kathy Barrick said on this chart. It says she lovingly calls it the Beast. It's autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain. I'm going across, and then I'm going to fill in this, and then I'll do this, and then this. So, and this one I am stitching on 40 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit. And I got the barn filled in. So basically I've been doing a lot of house building, construction work. I love that barn. It was kind of fun. You know, on days, there are times when I'm either tired or I just don't feel like counting a lot. So picking up something that's just fill in for me is perfect, because then I'm still accomplishing. So there's a row of pumpkins under here. There's some more bats. Lots of stuff going on. And I'm stitching this with NPIs also, that are also gluten-free. I eat gluten-free. I don't even know why that popped into my brain. There are things that pop into your brain when you're on camera that you're like, where did that come from? Anyway. Okay, now I'm going to show you my finish. I had a start, a finish, and This is not going to be a really long video. I'll just warn you ahead of time. I had 2 starts and 3 fully finishes, right? Yes. So my start, one of them, was from this book, Seasons of the Heart by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And I worked on spring. I opted not to put the little tag that says spring, because knowing me, it would end up kind of destroyed in about a week. Or when I go to store it, I would bring it out and I wouldn't be able to find it. And it's cute. But I thought it was very interesting because if you follow the path of this vine, you can just continue and it hooks right up to here. So it's not difficult to just continue that vine, even though it's not charted, is my point. So I started it, I finished it, and I fully finished it. Now, when does that ever happen? Never. So here's my start, finish, and fully finish. Bailey, stop. I put some blackbird fabric on the back. And I put a little bit of kind of golden rickrack, mini rickrack on it. Somebody asked me where I got my mini rickrack. I've bought it at different stores when I'm at retreats, but I believe Country Stitches Online, Brenda's website, carries it. So she might be out of certain colors. I think Farm Girl Dry Goods also carries it. So you just have to look for it. It's a mini rickrack. It's all cotton. And I stuffed it with sawdust, so it's... As Tara Sullivan, her friend Jennifer does a lot of her finishing, and she calls them footballs, I think, because they're very dense. So anyway, it's all done. Cute blackbird fabric on the back. I wasn't sure about the color of the house, but you know, things like that, they always work out because the designer, if you follow and use the same fabric and the same colors, usually it all works out. So that was Spring, Seasons of the Heart, and like I said, I just went all the way across with that floral border. So then my other fully finish, I showed you this last time, was a finish, and this is called Spring Awakens. This was new last year by Brenda Gervais. Love those 2 bunnies. And I fully finished it. It actually came as a kit from Country Sampler, but I didn't really like the fabric they chose for the back. So again, I picked a blackbird fabric that's kind of this peachy, that's kind of matches his little shirt. And then this little piece of, you're supposed to use cotton string. Is that what I used? I think so. Oh no, I used pearl cotton. I had a piece of pearl cotton, because that's like the string, or for the wagon. So Spring Awakens by Brenda Gervais, and I used a bigger rickrack on this one. And I like, when I use a trim, I glue it on. So true confessions. And I use Aleene's glue. Aleene, it's white glue, but it's kind of in a goldish package. I have to buy it periodically because whatever I try to keep generally just gets all gummed up and it doesn't last. So every season or so I will buy a new thing of that glue. It dries clear, which is a very important thing because, you know, if it gets out on the linen, I don't want it to show. It's not exactly a match, but I think it goes good enough. So anyway, I start at the bottom. I just glue all the way around and then end at the bottom. I don't do the slit. I do just I sew all the way around, leaving an opening, and I do a blind hem, and then I cover it up with whatever the trim is. So anyway, Spring Awakens, that got fully finished. And the other fully finished, I have a little display here. I think last year I talked about, let me see if I can bring this over here. This is a bunny rabbit. I used to make these and sell them years ago for craft shows. It's just, I mean, who doesn't need a bunny on wheels, right? And this is a wax bunny. I'm not sure where I got this. It's very cool. This is an old child's watering can. That's the March wordplay. This one I showed you last week. That's the Brenda Gervais. Let me see if I can bring this over without completely destroying it. I bet that was attractive. So last year, I remember I talked to everybody about, or I talked to people about using a cardboard egg carton to display. And I originally had wanted to also have the top and to put this Easter in the top. But because of the holes in the top, I just wasn't able to do that. So I decided to cut the top completely off. Now I did buy paint because I thought about painting it off-white, but I don't know, I sort of like the natural of the cardboard. I don't know. So this is the other thing that I fully finished, Easter, and this is from the book. I thought I got it out. I can't remember the name of the book, but it's the Easter book, and it came out either last year or the year before from Brenda Gervais. I thought I had it here, and I realized that I forgot to get something that came in the mail, so I'll grab it if I can find it. But this I fully finished. This is just 2 pieces of cardboard, and for some reason this could not get that fold out of the fabric, but it's just a simple, kind of like a twill with an orange woven stripe. It's also, maybe a fig tree fabric, I'm not sure. It came out a while ago. But I cut 2 pieces of cardboard the same size as my finished piece. I cut the piece big enough and the fabric big enough that they'll wrap around, and then I glue them together. I put out batting because I was going to put a little bit of layer of thin batting, and I completely forgot. I got so busy gluing that I forgot. So the rickrack, I wanted to use orange rickrack, and this is the only one I had, and this was a mini rickrack. So there really wasn't enough of the rickrack to show if I put it between. So I just glued it kind of to the front of the piece. And I think it looks good. I think it's okay. These aren't my normal colors, so it's not like I have a lot of quilts with teal and orange in them. I could probably go over to my friend Susan Aki's house and find some, although she doesn't usually use small ones. And then I had these little wood carrots. I'm not sure where I got these. Some of the stuff I've had for years. This is actually some painted eggs that goes in a little doll basket. The doll is a chicken doll. I'll have to show you sometime. It's really cute. And I just took those out of the basket to temporarily put them there. So then this just kind of fits between those sections of the egg basket, egg carton. And then I added Rabbit in the Rose, which is also a Brenda Gervais. And then this is one of the first Plum Street spring, the ones that look like photographs. She has 4 different patterns. They each have 2 designs in them. There's spring, summer, or fall and winter. I really want to do the other one too, so that's in my smalls that I'm going to show you. Whoops. I'll have to put that all back together in a minute. Okay, I'm going to show you my other new start, and then I'm going to pause for a minute because I need to see if I can find that book that has the Easter. And then I'll show you some of the smalls that I want to work on. I have a whole bunch of them here. And then I'm going to go get my Delightful Deliveries. But let me show you my other start first. So a lot of people were doing leap year starts on February 29th, which I love that idea. Only comes every 4 years, so why not take advantage of it? And I actually changed the linen from, I had posted on Instagram that I was going to start this, and I had said what linen I was going to use, which was a Cedar River linen, gorgeous linen, but I decided it was a little bit too light. But what I'm talking about is the Portuguese bird sampler, and this is by Barbara Anna Designs. I love this piece, love it. If you follow Sampler Farm on Instagram, I know she's private, but if you do, you should go scroll through her posts on Instagram and you can find her finish of it, and it's gorgeous. Now it calls for white, but I wasn't going to stitch it on white. So I was kind of influenced. In fact, I messaged Carol from Sampler Farm and I asked her what she used. She said it was some sort of vintage Lakeside. Well, I had a piece of 46 count vintage exemplar by Lakeside. So I did get a start. I got really half of the border done. So the top half and along the side. 46 counts a little bit slower for me, but I don't really have a problem. Now, I said before, if I went from 46 to 36 to 32 back to 46, it would take my eyes a couple evenings to adjust. But if I'm kind of continually working on it, pretty soon it just seems like 36 or 40, not 36, but if you can stitch 40, you can stitch 46. So anyway, this is where I got to. I wanted to add some color, so I put in a little bit of that secondary border and a couple of the flowers. And these are the DMC that I'm using. They're the teals, blue, a darker green, tans, and it's not really red, but there's a brownish rust and a lighter rust and some golds. So it's very true to the colors in the picture. Love it. So that was my other new start. And then my smalls start was this Brenda Gervais samplings number 2. And this is the, I think this came out last year or the year before, these eggs. And they also came with linen that have the alphabet on them, plus some plain linen. So you can make that extra egg that are in the picture. Eggs. And this is my start on that egg. On that egg. That egg right there. So that won't take long to finish. I'm really enjoying working on Saturdays on smalls. Now, Saturdays can be just a lot less stitching than someone might think. If there's a lot going on, or I have to go to the grocery store and spend $1 million. And anyway, then I have the other one kitted. This is the second one. This is actually number 1, samplings number 1, Brenda Gervais. Very similar, but not exactly the same. And this, I have a random piece of kind of a light tannish linen. And this one also comes with the printed alphabet. So those are what I've been kind of working on. And then I'm going to show you what I got in the mail. As Jane and Julie say, delightful deliveries. And Jane, you look gorgeous regardless of how much hair you have. So don't worry about that. I'm speaking of running with scissors, stitching with Jane and Julie. If you haven't watched them, also make sure you're watching Sully Stitches. Tara Sullivan, she gave a great wrap up of market and some of the things. She went with Christine from Hollis Hands. So just super good episodes of FlossTube that you might want to watch if you haven't already. So I'm going to take a short break and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. The book that I was talking about that Easter was in is called Jelly Bean Jubilee. Also by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. This one came out in 2021. And I actually I have a start on, let's see if I can find it. This little couple right here. I think they're chickens. They could be ducks, but I think they're chickens. But I have just barely a start on their little yellow bodies. So, actually, I guess it goes like this, because this is the top. So, hopefully I'll have that done and fully finished. And there's a couple others in here that I really would like to do. I like the little bunny guy. And I have a pretty big piece of linen that I can put additional ones on. It's a longer piece. I like the bunny guy. I like this guy. But if I do the bunny guy, then I probably have to do the bunny girl. And then this one that says hop to it, that's cute, or hop, hop, hippity hop, whatever it says. That would go fast. So this is a really cute little collection of, I'm going to say chickens. This one, I think, is a chicken with a headband that is rabbit ears. I mean, who doesn't need that in your life? So anyway, that's the book that Easter, this one came out of. Okay. I'm going to show you my delightful deliveries, and then I have ordered some things from Market, but none of them have come in yet. I ordered some things from Country Sampler. I'm getting the new Blackbird books, of course. There's 2 Stacy Nash animal things. One's a mouse and one's a squirrel, I think. No, there's a mouse, a rabbit, and a squirrel, maybe. Anyway, I ordered those from Country Sampler, and then I ordered quite a few of the Plum Street from Hollis Hands Creates. Also from Country Sampler, I ordered the Annie B's has out a new pear pattern, and it's called Spring Green Pears. And it's done on agave linen. Now this is a Zweigart linen. It's a lot brighter. This kind of dulls it down. It's a lot brighter in person. So I would love to do that for my sister. If she's watching, just ignore what I said, because I may keep it. Anyway, and the other thing I got in the mail, this is part of the Threads of History Club from Country Sampler. This is by the Wishing Thorn, Birgit Tolman, and the name of this one is Mary Napier. Mary Napier. So I don't know, that'll probably come out next year, I would think, but I don't know. I'm going to quickly run through some of the other smalls that I would like to do. Some of them are spring, some of them are Easter. Obviously the Easter ones, I have a shorter time span to get them done. And a lot of them are Brenda Gervais. This is Spring Serenade. Love this one. I think that one's adorable, but that one you could also put in a hoop, whatever, however you say hoop. And that one's called Spring Serenade. That would go fast. I'm trying to pick some of these smalls, like this is 53 by 81, that I could get done quickly. This is another Brenda Gervais, Blessings Be Thine. This was a kit I got from Country Sampler quite a while ago. Now this one will take a little bit longer, but I do have it all kitted with, it's on Espresso by R&R Linens. But that one obviously can go into spring. I'm not going to take all these out of the packages. This is Fresh Picked Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. Now these are ones that I've gotten in the past. Some of them from Country Sampler kitted. But just so you get the idea. Fresh Picked Pin Keep. This is Woolies Pin Keep, also by Stacy Nash. Woolies? Yes, Woolies. Because it's got the 2 sheep, the flowers, basket. This one is 112 by 70. I tried to pick ones that at least one of the measurements was under 100. And of course, this one is well, no, maybe it's not an exception. This one is 133 by 65. This is Easter Peep Parade. This is an older one of Brenda Gervais. Some of these you can get on her website, which is countrystitchesonline.com. Bunny pulling an egg wagon or an egg thing. And I do have the brown linen for that. So that one's kitted. There's another older one. This is Welcome Spring by Brenda Gervais. And this has the lamb pulling the cart of eggs with a robin on top. I also have that kitted. Now some of these I kitted myself. I'm not a fan of that ruching stuff. To me, it's kind of frilly and I'm more tailored. But I love the pattern. Again, this one is called Welcome Spring. Another Brenda Gervais. This one may be a little bit bigger than, no, 120 by 83. And I have this with a piece of 40 count beige by Weeks. This one is Tulip Festival. I mean, she's just adorable. The rabbit with all the tulips, love it. Again, Tulip Festival by Brenda Gervais. I was watching Linny and Roberta, and Roberta had said, you know, there's just not that many spring patterns. And Linny started showing a bunch, and she said, well, maybe there are a lot of spring patterns. I got a kick out of that because I tend to think the same thing myself, Roberta, till I get them out. And then I'm like, oh, so many that I want to do. Bluebird on My Window, also by Brenda Gervais, with the robin and the big house. This one is 60 by 96. This will definitely be one I'm going to try to get done this spring. Definitely, maybe. This would go with my display and my, you know, when you have a guy with plaid pants and then you have a gal. This is Harrietta and Company. Can you see that? I know the glare is bad. Harrietta and Company. I'm filming this later in the day than I usually do. Because when I first started, Hubs wasn't home. Now he's home. So this is another one. I borrowed this pattern from a friend and I need to give it back. Easter Peep, also by Brenda Gervais. At the time I borrowed it, I didn't think you could get it, but I do think now it's back on her website. It's over 1. So I don't know if I'll do it over 1. I may pick a piece of 46 count so it still stays small, or 40 count. But I mean, that's so cute. Easter Peep. This is Humble Gatherings. This is by Scattered Seed. This was one that came out a little while ago. I think Linny showed this one too. Love that. 87 by 95. See, some of these, 2 Saturdays and you can have it done. And to be able to do a couple a month, I mean, to me, that's a win-win. This is A Girl in Her Garden. I got this last year. Still need to finish this one, or start it and finish it. It's a drum. Here's what it looks like all spread out. There's a lot of people that have finished this one. Again, a girl with that plaid dress. Are you seeing a theme here that would all go together? I even have the velveteen for it. A couple more. This is Berry Keeper. Another Brenda Gervais one that could go in a hoop. Another teal dress. Not plaid, but teal. So cute with the strawberries. Keep going here. This came out this year. Hello Spring. Love that one. Stitch count 107 by 77. Another one that came out this year, Happy Easter. Brenda Gervais. These are all Brenda Gervais unless I say different. See, with the bunny and the tree. So cute. This is Grandma's Candy Dish. And I have the Whisper and the beads that go with it. I got the beads at Hobby Lobby, and the Whisper I had to order. This is the other of the spring Saltbox, so I've done this one, and I want to do the other one, spring Saltboxes. I kind of forgot the name a little bit ago. I was saying spring something, but there's 4 of these with 2 each. Some people put them all on one, and it looks great. This one came out, was this last year? Yes. This is The Robins Are Here, also by Brenda Gervais. And I got this one kitted on Country Mocha, and this one's 83 by 45. So I think it's going to be about this size on 40 count, which is really cute. The last one that I want to show you, this is Spring Delivery by Scattered Seed, which is a companion to Spring Gathering. This one I have finished, and I haven't fully finished it because I want to do both of them. So that's the Spring Gathering. And then over here I have the space to do the Spring Delivery with the chicks. He's got a pipe, so I'm pretty sure he's a guy. He's a stay-at-home dad. And then, have I showed you everything already? I have. Yay. I don't think there's anything else. These 3, those 2 I showed you last time. And this is my March wordplay. I have March or February, I forgot to put February. February, March, April, and May finished. I'm ready to work on June. So in April, I'd like to get June finished. And this is that same kind of finish. 2 pieces of cardboard. Now this one I did put batting, which helps if there's any wrinkles in your linen. So that's March wordplay. It's kind of funky when you're doing these letters sideways, because your stitches still have to go the same direction, you know. But anyway, I want to finish them all similar. Eventually put them in a basket with the front one being the current month. But that hasn't happened yet. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. I hope you're all doing well. It's definitely spring here in Florida. It's gorgeous, blue skies. We have a baseball game to go to tonight, and tomorrow is Grandparents' Day. So lots to do, lots going on. And then Saturday I meet with stitching friends. So it's all good. Love y'all. Bye.